Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 4 with another team adventure. This one where we are going to be using all vehicles fitted with 4-cylinder engines built to A-class. I have gone for a Subaru. Plan being to use the flat 4 turbo rally engine. The theory is that that's a very, very good engine. It's what powers my incredibly fast Legacy. The hope is it'll power this Subaru around really rather quickly. We've got a mixture, of course, of all sorts of different cars, and with engine swaps being a thing, I think most of the cars actually in here would have been cars that started off with the 4-cylinder. Some of them may have had swaps, though, to work for this. I'm not as fast as the Nomad or the Evo in terms of straight line speed. I hope I will be better in the corners. You know, that's generally what we hope for. Now, this should be pretty good on the dirt. That's the plan. It should be good on the dirt, and I would hope it would be good on the... oh, I think I was too far to the inside of that. Well, I just turned in that little bit too much, and yeah, bugger. So, after an abysmal first round, we head to the AMBLESIDE Scramble. I'm starting on pole. The Subaru should theoretically be pretty good around this one. Fingers crossed and everything. It should work quite nicely. It's all-wheel drive, plenty of grip. This is a very, very tight, twisty, nasty little track. So, let us see what might happen around here. I had, in the last race, I'd managed to collapse the leaderboard. I don't know how I'd managed to do it, it's only showing 4 cars. Thankfully, it's fixed itself now, because I couldn't for the life of me figure out what buttons improved that. The Lotus is mad, by the looks of it, through those first couple of corners. Let's see how that fares through the rest of this race. Don't turn in too much through there. You will eat a tree, and that will cost you a lot of time. So yeah, preferably less tree eating, if at all possible. We are going to lead the first lap, so that is something. Now, Danger Man has an aerial Nomad that is likely to be quite quick off-road. It can be quite fast overall. I've always found that a little bit difficult to get work. I can never get them working. They can be fast, though. I do know that much. I think it can be a little bit difficult to drive. The Lotus is going to have a look up the inside. Not quite going to make it stick there. Now, I know Clark has also got an Impreza of similar style. We will give space to the Elise if it wants to try. There goes the Nomad up the inside of both of us. The Nomad has got more pace around here than we do. That's fair enough. We'll let it go. I don't actually know. I presume the Nomad might get some special off-road tyres. Much like the SUVs, they have like their ever so slightly different off-road tyres. It might be what is on the Nomad. Could explain some of the speed it's getting through here. I can kind of match it a little bit, but I think overall it's just that little bit. He's going to be a lot lighter than me. It's going to be a lot lighter. It's going to fire itself out of the corners that little bit faster. About 2,800 pounds in this, which, okay, I mean, it's not crazy heavy, but it's a lot more than the Nomad. Oh, one of my cars further back is Mr. Checkpoint. Now, this does look like it is going better for Red Team overall, points-wise. Certainly having a 1-2, in fact, having a 1-2-3 means we can't actually beat them anyway. Whatever happens, I would be worried maybe about the Lotus coming under threat from the Subaru back there. That is just, yeah, is the way it goes sometimes. Hopefully we'll be able to cling together. And I think Blue Team have 2 cars that are tarmac. Oh, Nomad, Mr. Checkpoint. Oh dear. I mean, again, I'll take an inherited lead. It's not quite as good as an earned lead, and the Nomad is clearly the fastest car here. But a missed checkpoint at this track. I know exactly where it'll be. It'll be going up the hill. Going up the hill, trying to be a little bit cheeky, and yeah, it didn't work. We've all done it. Like, this track is another one of those that is notorious for managing to miss checkpoints along the way. Yes, here is what you do: is you cut too much to the left to try and straight line the run up the hill. You cut it too much, and that is when you will get yourself in trouble. The other Subaru is looking to try and take second place away. It's got the position momentarily. I don't know whether it'll hold it for the rest of the lap. It may well do. In points-wise, we have had a resounding victory on this one. I will take a... I don't butcher up the final corner. In fact, whichever one of us, whichever one of the Imprezas win, will take a win. Perhaps not the most deserving, not the fastest car here, but the least mistakes made. We'll have the Impreza across the line with a victory at the AMBLESIDE Scramble, and Red Team will score more than enough points. The Nomad recovers to 4th in the end. That thing was brutal. The Elise looked pretty damn good, actually. Off-road, a Fiesta scores some solid points in 6th. There's a 22B as well in 8th place. Blue Team having 2 cars not working on the dirt is always a little bit of a challenge for, for these things, but they work quick at the tarmac. So, our first tarmac race was a, well, one to forget. What about the Broadway Village Circuit? Will my car be good here? Possibly. It struggles a little bit with straight line speed. The engine not quite as effective in this as I hoped it might have been. We start quite a long way down. I believe the Fiesta on our team is front wheel drive, which is tall order in A-Class. Generally, it can work, but it is quite a tall order in A-Class getting the front-wheel drives around, and it's going to have a poor start, although I think the Clio might be front-wheel drive as well. So there can be 2 cars struggling a little bit. Now, the Abarth is very, very quick. I think it's very, very difficult to control. That's generally the way with those fast little things. They can be phenomenally fast, but consistency is the issue. We are going to squeeze around the outside of our teammate, and then we have a big group of cars to get stuck into the fight with. Pretty much the Subarus, BMWs, so it's going to be 4 or 5 wide down here. I want to try and make up some places, but it's where the hell do you go? The Elise has got to the front. One of our cars missed the checkpoint. I think that was the Golf. We're going to be on the outside for the final turn. There's just a sea of blue ahead of us. It's just, where do you go? Am I faster than any of you in a straight line? Not really. The 22B is probably the fastest car of the lot here in a straight line. That's 22B's on a really tight line through turn 1. Unfortunately for me, I've got pace, but I just can't clear the traffic. Are we going to be able to get underneath the BMW this time around? Nope. That is not going to work. Might be a little... we'll ding off the wall. It's just that stuck in traffic. It's the problem you get when you start further down the order in a car that isn't crazy fast. That was down one too many gears for me. In fact, the whole field looks quite... You can see the leaders are not really spread out all that much. The bad news for us is we need more cars. We need more Red Team cars in the mix here. I might finally be able to get to the inside of the Beamer. Who's going to win the drag race, though? Not quite sure. There's no curb boosting in Forza. But, in fact, Twisty's going to win the drag race in the Fiesta. And I don't want to make that 3 wide down there. Yeah, this thing does not quite work. It was a slight bit experiment. I had hoped Flat 4 Turbo Rally was going to be a really strong engine. This is a good car. I think we are just unlucky with our current positioning. We just can't get clear. Certainly not as fast as Clark's version of the vehicle. That thing is buggered off at the front. Stop putting it into first, you muppet. That's also not helping. That's all on me. First gear out of that corner is not a good gear to be in. It's just this huge gaggle of cars. I mean, if me and Twisty can clear all the blue cars, it won't be enough points, but it would make us a little bit closer. Me, Twisty, and Eccentric could clear all the blue cars. We might be able to get close to enough points, but even then we would be pushing our luck a little bit. We get a good run. Every time I get a good run, I can't do anything with it. I think we might have finally got the BMW here. It will have to yield, or it'll be stuck on the outside through there, and Eccentric will follow me through. Now, if Twisty can pass the Fiat and the Evo and leave a gap, I mean, leave a gap. I will try and fire past, I'm sure. Oh, here we go. Let's try and get Twisty out of that corner. Eccentric will want to fire past as well. Yeah, okay, so this is starting, points-wise, this is starting to work, but we need to get all of these moves done. We need to get the 22B through as well. I really need to get past Speed Beast, and if we can do that, I mean, it might just about be possible. Oh, this is going to be really close on points. It could go either way. We need an absolutely stellar lap. The Evo has a look, but can't do anything. I've got too much grip through these corners here. Can I get Speed Beast? It's 50 points in it. If I can pass the Fiat, it might be enough. We've carried a lot of speed through there, but where are we going to get past? Gliska's having trouble with that little Abarth. It's very fast, but very wobbly and very difficult to control. If Danger Man can get through, that would be some more points to us. Twisty's holding the Abarth out wide. I'm going to try and punch through on the inside. Oh, it's all gone a little bit wrong for Gliska on this final lap. The 595 is in so much trouble. I'm trying to get past the 124 still into the final corner. We'll try and pin it between the... oh, I missed a gear. Oh, the Fiat's got us. Hiss! I didn't realise I'd gone down one too many gears. Bloody Subaru engine is so quiet over everything else. Oh, we almost had it. We should have had it, really. It's not going well. It's not going well at all. So, we head back off-road, the Lakehurst Woodland Scramble for this next round. Start in the middle of the pack. The Subaru was okay. It was okay, it won, but it was certainly not dominant. I would expect the Nomads to run away with this one, barring any sort of mistakes. I would think my Impreza should score some solid points. Should theoretically go the way of Red Team this event if everything goes to plan. But you never know, really. You never know with these. We've got two Red Team cars up at the front. I follow the other Subaru into the wall. Jaguars has got better straight line speed in the Evo. That will go flying through. We know the Abarth is going to be faster than us. It's welcome to come past if it wants, but it won't make the corners on the dirt. So that is always going to struggle. This isn't the worst circuit in the world for cars struggling with grip on the dirt by virtue of half tarmac and the big long uphill straight. If you have power, you can make up some time through there. Oh, we're going to slip and slide around on the fast downhill dirt section. And the Impreza gets to the inside of the Elise. It might struggle actually to beat the Elise off the corner. And it takes such a tight line in doing so. I'm going to say thank you very much for that and have a go up the inside here, and that will move us into a podium spot. And we will go back to a fairly similar order to the one we were doing at Ambleside. Just slightly, me and the Lotus, slightly different ways around. I got a bucket load of understeer through turn one. That isn't, turn one, sorry, through the final turn. That isn't great. That Impreza is going to run to the inside. I left it a little too late to move across fully and block it. Clark's going to have a try. There is still some space on the outside. Can we get a good enough run on the exit? Our cars, we must be running pretty similar. Must be running pretty similar levels of power. Just got a little bit beaten on the way out there, probably by virtue of a wonky run through that corner. Can we close in through this section? Can we do it with perhaps bravery? I think my car is slightly better off-road. I don't know why. It might be slightly different, slightly different builds, slightly different setups or something. It seemed much better at Ambleside. I was able to carry the speed. Oh, Clark is running in. That's a little unintentional, but a big torpedo on the Elise. And thankfully the Lotus gets away without really being too affected by that one. I mean, the Subaru was out of control. Well, I say out of control. It was sliding into the dirt hairpin on a slightly wonky line, and we've left the dirt section quite well. It's now going to be our turn to try and make things awkward for Blue Team's Subaru as we head around the penultimate corner. That's carried too much speed. I've then followed it in. We've all done exactly the same bloody thing. Don't follow the leader through that section. I think it is safe to say follow the leader is a really, really bad idea at that section. Well, I mean, follow the leader. The leader's so far gone, it's kind of whoever's at the front of the train, everybody runs a little bit wide. And now I've got back to Evo versus Subaru battle. In fact, that might help me. If them two fight each other on the run up the hill, I will cover the inside here. I think Clark might have actually pinged the fence and lost a lot of speed up there. We'll not put it down to first. Stop doing that, you muppet. Definitely not what you want. We're going to slide our way down the dirt section and keep it pinned. The Elise does pretty well, actually. The downside you get with a car like that, of course, this is a bumpy and very fast section, really. It's easy for the very, very light cars to get unhappy down there, and the Elise is remarkably controlled through all of that. I mean, no one's surprised by the Nomad, for example, being good around here, but Nomad's gone. We're not catching that in the slightest around this track. But thankfully it's on our team. The thing is, it needs to work. It needs to work at the tarmac, because by the looks of it, we're going to win 2 dirt races. But there are 5 races overall. We have to win a tarmac race to be able to win it. We should probably have won that previous one. I'm still annoyed slightly about cocking up the gears out of the final corner. I don't know whether it would have been enough, in all honesty. The Fiat is very fast. Both the Fiats actually we were racing were very fast there. All I have to do is beat one of them. But yeah, we will still have to win a tarmac race regardless. We will defend potentially from that Evo, because we know it's got good speed coming up the hill. We are 1,600 points clear. If the worst happens and one of us misses a checkpoint, we should still be okay. I mean, we're also... 2 of the blue team cars don't work on the dirt, so we have also got that in our favour. Even if the very worst happens, we can still pick up some points. It's likely to be the case. We will run a smidge wide through there, but only the lightest of plonks on the wall. Annoyingly, I can't do anything about the Elise in terms of catching it. Oh, blue team in the end were the ones that missed a checkpoint. Clark's Subaru falling further back. Unfortunate for that car. The Subaru battles was fun for a lap or 2. Yeah, I'm just sort of stuck. Just stuck watching the Lotus. Can't really do much. Much as the Evo is stuck watching me. Not quite able to do very much. Perhaps more infuriating for the Evo in some ways, in that it gets almost close enough into a braking zone. In fact, this time around it might actually be close enough at the top of the hill. I don't know if it's got the composure on the dirt. We'll have to wait and see. If you want to get past, I'm not going to make it easy, which is perfectly fair to do. The Evo didn't have the grip to pull it across to the other side, as I will defend at the top of the course. Again, as is, perfectly fair. Will the Evo have the drive and the grip here to carry it all flat out and be in a position to have a dive at the hairpin? That's probably the most likely. Yeah, you see, the Evo just can't carry the speed down here. The Evo can't carry the speed where it needs it to quite be able to get alongside, and now it's going to be too far back for the final couple of corners. I hope, at least. That is the hope. If it isn't, we might be in trouble. Out of the penultimate corner we go. Yeah, we're far enough clear, unless I make a terrible mistake through this last corner. Unless we miss the checkpoint, we will be all okay here. The Subaru rounds that last turn. We will have a red team sweep of the podium, a 1-2-3. Ooh, the points will go our way. We still have to win on a tarmac round, and that's concerning. So, for the final round, it is the Princes Street Garden Circuit that will host these machines. At the back. No. Now, it's a little fiddly a circuit, this one. It should be okay for the Subaru. At the end of the day, the Subaru should be alright around here. Whether it's any better than alright, I don't know. We might stand a chance. With a good round, a clean race, no missing of checkpoints, there's a chance. But we need to take it. That's the thing. We can't really afford any more silly mistakes. We can't afford missed checkpoints in this one. I'm guilty this time around as everyone else, but yeah, we really can't afford to be making any silly mistakes here, and I need to pick up points. Sadly for me, did the BMW must have jumped a checkpoint on the way through that first. Yeah. Okay, well that's, I mean, good news for us. Blue team have come off worse in that opening, opening section, in that they've got 2 cars missing checkpoints. However, it is pretty close on the old points tally. So Yeah, we're going to have to work for this one. The Elise has got to the lead, which is something. I'm going to get a run on the 22B here that thankfully did see that we were arriving at the right time. So the Evo, we've got the two Fiats, and we've got the Subaru. They're ahead of us. Now, I think that Impreza is better built than mine for the tarmac. That seems to prefer these circuits. That might be tough to beat. Can we beat the Evo? I think around this track we will. I think we've got the cars. I think I've got the car to do it. I think the Fiesta might even be the car to do it as well. We're going to be really sneaky. We had the grip to make that work. We had so much grip, we turned in at the right point, and we could dive past. That's put us up. Now I want to get Twisty past that car as well if we can. Clark's having a fight with the Nomad. Now the Nomad is very quick. In fact, the Nomad might even pin Clark in a little bit here to help me. That's fortuitous timing. Oh, the stairs. Forgot about the stairs. I might have forgot about the stairs sticking out. That is the second car, I think, in 2 times around here that have got murdered on the bloody stairs. To apologise to Clark, I had forgotten that there were stairs on the outside. I mean, there was space for a car up against the wall. Problem is, forgotten the stairs stuck out of the wall on the house. Oh, bloody Nomad. Nomad's going to be awkward is what we're going to have here. We've actually got a big chunk of cars have fought through. We should... we have the grip, but the Nomad just has that brutal acceleration. The Elise is flying around this track, as you might expect. We've pulled clear of that little group behind. Now, I haven't got the straight line speed or acceleration of the two ahead of us, but I outturned the pair of them. We're going to do the same thing that we had last time, not quite, because I can't match the Abarth down there. We will maybe line it up for a run, turn... we might get it out of turn, or into turn 1 even, as we go down here. Can we outbrake it? I mean, it would be a gamble. It would be a gamble to do it. We might just get more mid-corner speed and take the take the 1-2-4 that way. We've worked our way up. We've worked our way up through the leaderboard. Can we go and chase down the little rocket ship? I don't know. It's not really pulling away. I think we might have a faster lap time, but it will be very difficult to pass that, especially in a lap. One lap to get past teeny tiny rocket ship over there. We would have to get it spot on, and we'd have to get past the Nomad, or have both of us get past teeny tiny rocket ship. So, yeah, I don't know. Oh, the problem is we can carry so much speed in these corners. I'm just really struggling to be able to use any of it because there's too many cars. I feel like the Subaru would work, but the Subaru works much better when it's on its own. It really struggles in the traffic. There we go. I think the Nomad made a little mistake, just a smidge too deep through that corner. Yeah, this thing is so fast when it's on its own, when it hasn't got to worry about other cars around it. The Fiat does a really good job of covering there. That might be enough for the Fiat to take second. I wanted to take that sort of sneaky dive to the inside, but the Fiat covered it. Fiat covered it very, very well with a very little car, and there was little that I could do about that one. Now, we can be monumentally quick through here, but that won't be good enough. We can be very quick through here, but again, there's a Fiat in the way. Can I do anything at the final corner? I mean, we'll get alongside. I don't think it will matter. That thing is going to out-accelerate me to the finish line. Oh, I don't know what way it went. It gave it to me. I'm not sure. I would want to see the finishing times on that. I wonder if I've been gifted that one by the finish line police again. Oh, I mean, this Subaru started off badly. It got a lot better as the races went on. I think it's one of them cars that works when it's not in traffic, and in traffic it's horrible, or can be horrible. Because, yeah, it's very quick in them turns. That's very, very quick in them turns. Somehow, Red Team have taken a victory in this one, despite the abysmal first round for me. We managed to fight back. We got there in the end. Subaru was an interesting choice. Won't replace my legacy, but kind of worked. A bit weird. I don't know. Either way, that's going to be it for this video. If you'd like to take part in the next one of these, you can sign up via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. Find the FailRace versus the community section, and you can sign up in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.